When we welcomed Tashia into our home and hearts, we knew her time with us was limited due to the AIDS she had contracted from 9 years of sexual abuse. And each month, our hopes and hearts rose that she would live to see a glorious Christmas holiday in our home. Then, after only 6 safe months with us, the intensive care doctor said that her debilitated little body did not have the strength to make the 6 days to Christmas. Knowing how sick she was, we had been preparing her gifts for months, just in case Christmas needed to come early at our house. My husband Carl had scoured garage sales and already had more than 300 gifts wrapped. 9 Christmas trees awaited her return, even one in her bedroom. But she didn't have enough strength to even look at the photograph of her presents that we had placed next to her small Christmas tree in her hospital room. Now, her eyes blazing with fever, she looked up at me and asked, "Mommy, am I going to die?" My heart in a vice. I wanted the wisdom of the ages. Luckily, I only needed to answer with all the love and honesty I possessed, trusting that God would give me the words. "Of course you are, sweetheart. All of us are going to die and go to God someday, remember? Some of us are old like Grandma and will go sooner, and some people go to God early because they're in accidents, or like you have diseases that medicine doesn't seem to be helping. But I just asked the doctors, and they said you are not going to die today." She smiled, closed her eyes, and relaxed then. She trusted me so completely because I had never lied to her or broken promises. "Tashia," her daddy smiled back tears, "you have to get better and come home and unwrap all of Santa's presents." In a flat, deafening whisper, she answered, "Santa's never found me before. How's he going to find me now?" Taking her hand, smiling and bending to look in her eyes, he answered, "Do you remember when we cut out all the pictures from the color wish book?" She couldn't read or write. "Pasted them on a letter and sent them to Santa? Well, when Santa gets that letter, he sends your mommy and daddy a bill. There are millions of kids in the world, and Santa can't afford to buy all the gifts. So maybe your other mommy couldn't afford to pay the bill, but I've already sent the check. So Santa knows exactly where you are and what you want. Now, Tashia, hurry up and get well and come home so we can have your Christmas party." Her parched, cracked lips broke into her wonderful, endearing, gap-toothed smile as she asked, "You promise?" "I promise," Carl answered. We witnessed so many miracles in the 2 years we had Tashia for our daughter, and her rebound once again from death's door in just 2 days was a monumental witness to the power of love and prayers and one small child's tremendous will to live. The house was ablaze and jammed with loving people who wanted the privilege of sharing what would probably be Tashia's last Christmas. But she was interested in seeing only one guest and was getting anxious as the party progressed. When she spied a red suit through the front window, she squealed, "Santa!" and ran to fling open the front door. As he stepped into the house, she flung her arms halfway around him, because that's all the further she could reach, looked up and demanded, "Did you get my daddy's check?" Luckily, Santa had been prepared. "Why, of course, Tashia. Your presents are all wrapped and loaded in the sled, waiting to be delivered." Tashia beamed, held on to him, and would not leave Santa's side or share him with any of the other children present. He was her Santa. The adults in the room were trying not to cry. We all realized that Tashia and her Santa were terminally ill, one with AIDS and one with cancer. Mr. Baker, who turned our garage into a playroom for Tashia, had asked to be her Santa and bought a special suit just for the occasion. Today, both were glowing with joy and wrapped in each other's arms. Tashia, young, so abused and afraid that she hid in closets, was holding on for dear life to a Santa in whom her child's heart had yearned to believe. Santa, a grandfather not so young, who wanted to grant this wounded angel some small piece of the joy, life, and God had granted him. We all got our wishes granted that day. Those of us fortunate enough to witness this healing miracle learned that granting wishes and healing hearts is exactly what the message of Christmas holidays is meant to portray. Jesus and all of God's prophets came into this world as all humans must, a helpless baby, trusting that the adult in his life would protect him until he could mature into the man that God intended him to be, so that he could bring to this world the unique gifts that only he could contribute. The birth of each new child is God's way of giving us a chance to renew this promise to the world. I believe that we are all born as angels into this world, but some of us get our wings damaged and can no longer fly. Tashia taught us that two angels with damaged wings can hold each other up, and if they can just hold on long enough for their wings to heal, they can both take flight. All of us who knew Tashia had the privilege of helping an angel learn to fly. Tashia's short life taught us that we can choose to heal our world, one angel at a time. We'll always love you, Tashia, clear to God and back.
AngelAID is a foundation for children who are terminally or critically ill or in a life-threatening situation, including transplants, abused, or homeless children. For more information, please visit our website at www.angelaid.com.